Hello, we are live. Oh, and I don't know which way this is going. I always sort of mess up when this happens. So hello and welcome to this wonderful Friday. We are talking about what makes my clients so successful in business. And right now I told you all that I was going to be live somewhere else and we had some technical difficulties, so I'm going live here, but I need to check and make sure that things aren't messed up. Oh, it's working. Fantastic. Okay, so I apologize for those of you who missed this because are finding your way here late. I'm really sorry about the technical challenges. It's no fun when that happens, but you know, here's the thing that I've learned in business: you've got to just roll with it. And I'm trying to work on a little better angle here. So you just got to roll with it when stuff doesn't work. And I realized a few minutes ago that it wasn't going to work out, and I thought, okay, well, what can I do? The answer is I can just find a new way and link up the post, and that's going to be okay. And everybody who needs to find it will find it. It is the best that we can do. So while everybody finds their way over here, if you could say hi, or oops, it's showing me myself. I don't ever like that. Okay, here we go. So say hello or hi. Hi, Lori. Yay, say hello. Tell me where you're calling from or watching from, I guess is the right way to put it, and what you're up to today. It's Friday. Yay! And that is a wonderful thing. We are going to talk about what makes my clients most successful. Originally, this was going to be, I should probably change the angle on this, huh? You'll forgive me, right? We're just going to go imperfect today. So I want to talk about what makes my clients most successful in business. And I've got a bunch of notes and a handout and all this good stuff for you today, because when you understand the strategy that's going to make you most successful in business, then all you have to do is execute. A lot of what holds us back from following through and taking those next steps in our business is that we aren't sure that the actions we're going to take are actually going to pan out and help create the results that we want. And that can be so frustrating. So today we're going to walk through this sort of mind-blowingly simple strategy that makes all the difference when it comes to hitting your financial goals in your business. So I'm going to teach you the 6-figure secret strategy, I like to call it, for getting your business to, well, 6 figures. And it's going to be, okay, because I've got some notes here. So this is really important. There's a myth out there that building a 6-figure business has to be hard or complicated, or you have to work ridiculous hours. Because, I mean, let's be honest, there's a lot of messaging, especially from a lot of the successful men out there, that masculine go, 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 nonstop energy, working 18 hours a day, crap is what's going to help you be successful. And we as women just can't sustain that for very long. And honestly, I bet the men can't either. They just like to tough it up. So as women, we have to find a better way. And this is not, you know, if you know me at all, I'm not going to say embrace your feminine energy. It's not really how I operate. But I am here to use smart strategies so we don't have to work so freaking hard. And we can hit that 6-figure goal without working insane hours, without a complicated strategy. And in fact, I think it's easier when we have a clear, clean, elegant strategy to hit that goal in our business. It makes all the difference. And that's what we're going to talk about today, because these myths that we've been taught, meaning that like we have to work with clients nonstop, or it has to be really hard and challenging, or what else? I have to charge insane prices, or I can't offer really good value, and those trip us up from following through because you have such high integrity and you aren't willing to simply just work ridiculous hours or charge insane prices, but you still have those goals that you want to hit. So here we are to sort of bust those myths about what it takes to hit 6 figures and start to get really practical about what it takes to get there. Okay, so here's what I want you to know. It can be easy. You can do this with one-on-one services. So one of the ideas out there is that you've got to have multiple streams of income. You need passive income, blah, blah, blah. Totally not true. I hit 6 figures and multiple 6 figures where my primary revenue stream was one-on-one coaching. And in fact, when you put all of your focus onto one thing, like one-on-one coaching, you're going to get more clients faster. You're going to be better at what you do. It's going to allow you to charge higher prices, and it's going to actually allow you to hit 6 figures faster than if you try to cultivate multiple streams of income, create all this passive income. Because if you've tried it and you've done the math, and I could do a whole nother video on this, it just it takes so much more time and it's so much more work. But this isn't just something I've been able to do with one-on-one services. I have clients, my Make 10K clients from last year. One of them is a copywriter, another one is a designer. I've had weight loss coaches, financial consultants, Pilates teachers, lots of people using this core strategy of just offering one-on-one services, get their businesses up to 6 figures, and you can too. So this is not like a one-hit wonder. This is a proven strategy over and over in all types of businesses where you can make this happen. So now I'm actually gonna press pause because this strategy is so simple that you might quickly leave this video when you're like, that can't work. So I don't want you to do that, or you might say that this is just not possible. So I want you to just hold on and suspend any doubt, because I'm gonna do some really simple math for you. I want you to suspend any doubt when you hear it, because if you can't take in how easy this is, you can't get there. But if you can take it in, and it's really easy to understand, you can then make incredible things happen in your business, okay? So I think this is gonna be on reverse, so you're not gonna be able to see the whole thing. But let's do it this simply. Let's say that you have, generally I find my one-on-one clients have the capacity, or my clients who work with one-on-one clients have the capacity to work with, say, 8 to 12 clients a month. So let's just call it 10. So if you worked with, I have to get a marker. If you worked with 10 clients a month, if you worked with 10, better not write on myself. If you worked with 10 clients and each client paid you $1,000 a month, that then is a 10K month. And then if you did that 12 months out of the year, that equals 120K a year. Now, if you worked with 8 clients at $1,000 a month, that then comes up to a 96K a year, which is pretty darn close, okay? Now, you might be thinking, Jenny, I can't charge $1,000 a month for my services. And my thought for that is maybe you're right, maybe you're not right. So there's a whole bunch of ways to slice the pie. So this is one way. This is just a stake in the ground. That's what I call it with my clients. I said, this is just the first starting point, stake in the ground. There's a whole lot more ways to do this. So let's say you're somebody who works with clients in really short sessions. And so you actually can work with 20 clients at a time. You somehow have the magical ability to handle 20 clients at a time. Well, then your math becomes 20 times 500 equals 10 times 12 equals 120. Really simple. Or maybe you're a website designer, or let's say you're a copywriter, and you can work with 3 clients a month. And so your numbers are 3 times 3,500 equals just around 1,000 equals around, just around 10,000 equals around 120,000. Or maybe you're a very high-end website designer and you charge 10 grand for a website. Your numbers are 1 times 10 grand equals 10 grand times 12 equals 120 grand. And so what you want to do when you're wanting to reach this point of 6 figures in your business is you want to put a math stake in the ground. And this is the starting point, but I just gave you a couple other options: 20 times 500, 3 times 3,500, 1 times 10,000, and that becomes your stake in the ground. Now, maybe you're somebody right now who's charging $100 for a 1-hour coaching service, and so this feels like a stretch. I'm not here to tell you to jump your services from $100 an hour to $1,000 a month, because that would feel incongruent with your ability to deliver quality services. And delivering quality services with high integrity is important to you, just as it is to me. So I wouldn't ever point you in that direction. But what it does is it starts to get your wheels turning about what needs to change for you and how you deliver services, how you improve, say, your blogging, or how you show up on social media, or what you do to serve your clients, and all of that good stuff. It really becomes, it forces you to do some inside work on how you show up and how you sell and all of those kinds of things. So let's look at what that might look like. If you're charging, say, $100 for 1 hour of coaching and you're looking to make the leap to this level of services, then what are you going to want to do? So the next thing you want to do is be like, all right, I'm going to push you, this arbitrary you. I don't know who you are out there, but I know you're watching, that you're charging about $100 an hour for your services. And I want to ask you, okay, I want you to up it to $200. And you're going to offer 3 sessions a month for your clients, so that's $600. And if that scares the bejesus out of you, we'll start with $500. So you can do 3 sessions a month with your clients for $500. And if that makes you scared, awesome. I want you to then check in with that fear, and I want you to say, what do I need to do to up-level my services and the value that I provide to my clients so that I feel great about charging $500 a month, that I feel like they're getting a bargain for what I do? How do you make sure that you deliver such amazing services that they feel excited to pay you $500 a month? So this is not about just having slicker sales or raising your prices. And I think that's one of the myths out there, that you're supposed to just, up your prices and charge ridiculous levels and just get really slick on the phone. And that is not how we roll around here. We are all about uncompromising standards in terms of delivery and really high integrity when it comes to your services. So asking yourself a better question, which is, how do I up-level my services and provide better value, is then making you better at what you do. And it means your clients are going to get better results. And then you can charge higher prices. So, for example, I was talking with somebody on the phone the other day who has a great 3-month package where she helps bloggers generate their first 1K in their business. And we were talking about her 6-figure strategy and what it's going to take to get her business to the next level. And we started asking this question. Okay, I challenged her to up-level her prices a little bit. And then I asked her what she would have to do differently to create that kind of value without adding more time on her calendar. So she couldn't just give them more hours. She had to do it by adding value, not time. And she came back with this idea, which is exactly what I would have suggested, but she came back with it, which was awesome, which was she uses a lot of her sessions for teaching. And so instead, she was going to pull all of that teaching content into videos. And she was going to give her clients a video so they could then learn on their own time. And then the coaching sessions could be used just for coaching. And it's perfect. So she's adding value. They're getting basically twice as much of her as they would before. But this time they are, she's not having to, okay, sorry, I got all excited. So they're getting twice as much of her, but she's not giving twice as much of her time to every single client. Yes, she's got to create the videos, but she can use the same videos over and over again for every client. So she's increasing the value of what she does without increasing the time, which means she can charge more, which means they also get better results, which they also means she gets to earn more. And really, this helps everyone. So when we do it from this place of integrity and asking ourselves about how we provide solid value, amazing things happen for us and for our clients. So if you're watching and this strategy is making sense, put a little comment below that says, I get it, it makes sense, or a thumbs up. Or if you have a question and you're not tracking with what I'm saying, please ask, because sometimes the simplicity of this blows our mind. It's sort of like, I don't know, when people imagined that the world was flat and then they were told it was round. Like, it took a lot of recentering in their brains to understand what that meant and how the world works. So if you are tracking and this makes sense, say it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, or if you see ways that you're going to get tripped up when you implement this in your business, leave a comment about that, because I want to help. I am not here to pitch anything today. I am just here to help you see how you can hit that next level of success in your business. Because, okay, let me go back to my notes. So when you see this, oh, thank you, Lori, I appreciate that. When you see this, how simple it can be and what up-leveling your value looks like for you and your business, you now have your new, what I call the 6-figure strategy. You know your math. So this was just the first hypothetical math, but you see what the math looks like for your business. And maybe, we're going to start out at, maybe you're going to jump from $100 an hour to $500 a month for 3 sessions. And then the goal is you're going to work with some of the clients and you're going to start to see how you can continue to add more value and help them get faster results, and do it. And as you see how you can increase the value and the results you get for clients, then you can increase your prices more. So maybe your 3 sessions become $750 a month. And then you serve those clients and you do such a great job, and you see how you can increase the results and value even more. And then you can bump it up to $1,000 a month. So this isn't about going right to ridiculous prices. It's looking at stretching yourself, not just in terms of money, but also in terms of value. Because, so here's the cool thing, sales becomes a whole lot easier when you're totally bought into your prices. So my Make It Work Online program, many of you have probably heard of, it's called Make It Work Online. It's a 3-month program for people who are just starting out in their businesses. So we don't quite have the 6-figure conversation with them. And the program is $3,500 and it is intense. They have access, and crazy level of access to me. They've got a copywriter assigned to them and a whole bunch of other stuff. And the value that we provide to that student, of course, they've got to show up. So if the client doesn't show up, they can't get the value. But if they show up and do the work and ask me questions and take advantage of their assigned copywriter and work in the program and show up for coaching calls, they get so much more than $3,500 worth of value that I have no problem selling that program, because I feel so strongly that it's going to change their life if they do the work. And I actually feel like I could charge twice as much for the program for how much they get. So I feel like they're getting a bargain, and I have no problem selling it because I stand so solidly behind it. There's no doubt in my mind. It's not about sleazy sales skills. It's about knowing that I change people's lives in this program. And so that's what we want to do for you. You want to get so clear that what you do is so amazing and changes people's lives that you see the value in it, that the prices you charge become a no-brainer, that it is, of course you would charge that much because you provide incredible value to what you do. So this is not, like I said, I just got to say this over and over. It's not just about jacking up prices. It's not about becoming a master salesperson. It's about providing value and results and making a huge difference in people's lives. All right. Once you know what your math looks like, and again, that's just an example, you're going to then, whether you're ready to jump right to that number, and a lot of my clients are when we start working on this, but maybe you're not ready to jump to that number. Maybe you're ready to just take one step forward like we just talked about, and that is fantastic. I want you to do that. And then I'm just checking my notes here. I want to make sure. Okay, so before I move on and tell you the next step of execution, I want to make sure we're all good. So I saw a couple thumbs up. Yep, you're clear. I want to see, does this sound easy? Does this sound sort of like mind-blowingly, can it really be that simple, easy, Jenny? I'd really like to know how this is landing with you. Does it sound easy and straightforward? Does this feel like something you'd be willing to try working with and experimenting with in your business? If so, just type a yes in the comments. I want to just make sure we are all on board to keep moving forward with the next step. So once you know your numbers, what happens next? Does this sound easy and doable? You may not know exactly how to implement it, but does it sound like easy math? Because that really is the goal. Just type a yes or maybe give a thumbs up. Okay. Awesome. Great. So once you know, so this is the first thing you're going to do. You're going to put your financial number stake in the ground. And once you do that, the next thing you're going to do is you're going to look at the strategy that's going to help you get there. So there's your financial strategy, which is those numbers I just showed you. And then there's the execution strategy in terms of how do we get the clients and how do we get those people coming in the door. And so the first step, I'm just going to walk you through this step by step. So feel free to take notes. The first step you're going to do is create that offer. So what is that $1,000 a month package, $3,500 a month package, 3 sessions for $500 a month package, whatever that is? Create that package. Figure out exactly the results that you create for your clients, exactly what problems you're solving for them, how you're going to show up and provide tremendous value. Are you going to give them additional support resources that help them get those results faster? What is that package? And I have, there's other Facebook videos I've done on how to write killer copy. So if you go somewhere, go to the video tab, and then there's a whole video page. There's 2 videos, I think, on how to write killer work with me page copy, I'm pretty sure. So there's a bunch of tips for you. You can check out those later. So you're going to write some killer copy. You're going to create this amazing offer. All right. Now that you have that offer, of course you want to put it on your website. And then it's all about setting the foundation in your business to start accepting those clients. So simple things you've heard of before, but a lot of people don't do them all. So you've got to have an email list. Okay. You've got to set up autoresponders on that email list that welcome people, give them your freebie, tell them about what you do, invite them to learn about your services. Really straightforward stuff. It's good to have a basic social media presence. I was just getting off the phone with somebody before this, and they said, do I have to do videos on Facebook? I said, no, you don't have to do videos on Facebook. Is it a good thing to do? Yes. Do you have to do it? No. So, but we want to get that social media at least basic foundation. We want to get you blogging every week, and you should send your blog, a teaser of your blog, to your email list. And in that email, so your main email should have a teaser for your blog, just like if you're signed up for my newsletter list, exactly the same as what we do most weeks. We're a little different than where you are in your business right now, but there's a teaser at the top, then there's a section, and usually that section for me is something free. Sometimes it's a paid program, but it sort of changes it up. Sometimes it's gone, but then there should be a section right there about your services, and below that there should be a short bio about you. Now, if people are on your list for a long time, they're going to see these same things over and over again. It's totally fine, totally okay. Those are there for the new people, so they get to know you. Oops, I almost tipped my water over. So they get to know you, and they get to know about your services and what you do. And you will be amazed at how many people click through, because they sign up for your list for free stuff. And if you just send them free stuff, but you never tell them how they can hire you, then they're never going to know how they can pay you money. Now, will everybody pay you money and everybody sign up to work with you? No, but that's okay. The goal here is to help people as much as possible, and the right people will then sign up to work with you. So the foundation is having that opt-in on your site and having your autoresponders set up and sending out great content every week and putting it on your blog and putting a little blurb in your weekly email that talks about what you do. Connecting with personal subscribers is something that I have, or connecting personally with subscribers is something I have a lot of my clients do. If you go to my blog, you can search for one email to get more clients, and I think that's the one where we talk about that. Occasional sales emails to your list is good, and so this is all about nurturing the people who are in your sphere. The next thing to do is go out and connect with more people. So whether that's through social media groups or, I like to talk a lot about being of service on Facebook. A lot of my clients are great on LinkedIn. Some people like Twitter. It doesn't really matter to me, but you want to start creating engagement. Do a Facebook Live video just to create engagement so people know what you're all about. And then you can guest post. You can, what else do I have people do? Get interviewed on a podcast. Maybe you want to go to a local networking event. If you're an extrovert, maybe you want to just network over the phone with people that you know. You've got to then get the word out about what you do. But getting to six figures is not just about having the right math strategy and having the right outreach strategy. You really need to have a whole comprehensive business setup in place in order to get there. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about this free download I have that you can grab. We're going to walk through it right here, but if you want to grab it, you can. I should have put down this URL beforehand, but I didn't, so here we go. Make 10K live.com/6-figure success method. Okay, so this is the URL you want to go to that says make10klive.com/SFSM. So I know that's not perfectly written well, but SFSM, okay? Make 10klive.com/SFSM, and I realize this is backwards, and I apologize for that. That's just the way we're rolling this morning. Okay, so in this, and we're going to walk through it right now, it's more than just the math strategy. So, let me pull this up so we get all the right things. Okay, so the first thing you need in order to get your business to that next level, and this is really, this whole comprehensive strategy is what helped my clients become so successful. So you need to understand the money strategy, which is what we talked about at the beginning, okay? And if you missed the beginning, you can just pop back once we're done, and this math is pretty straightforward. So you got to figure out your math. And once you figure out your math, you then understand sort of, okay, I get the big picture of how I get there. The answer is not multiple streams of income. It's not passive income. It's not 6 courses. It's not big launches, because you can make so much more money faster with one-on-one services than any of those other options. And I could talk about that till the cows come home. Once you know that, the next thing you need to do, so first page of this handout, well, it's not the first page, but the first step in the 6-figure success method strategy is that you've got to know the numbers and you've got to understand how you're going to get there financially. The second step is you've got to create the right offers at the right price. So we just sort of went quickly through some examples of what that might look like, but it's really about fine-tuning it to your business. What's the right offer at the right value, at the right price for your people, where you feel like you are like totally nailing it for what you're giving them, and they feel like, oh my gosh, this is amazing for what I'm paying. And that creates this like real solid integrity and value in what you do. Now, once you know what your offer is, you've got to move on to the next step, which is copywriting. You've got to know how to write incredible copy that really shows the value of what you do to your people. This is so important. Now, a lot of times people will go out there and they will hire a copywriter. And I work with copywriters and I think copywriters are amazing, But here's the thing you need to know. Copywriters are not the solution to the problem. So if you aren't clear on the value you provide for your clients, if you aren't clear on the results, if you aren't clear on your clients' pain points, if you aren't clear how to provide great value, a copywriter will do you no good. You can have the best copywriter in the world, but if you can't articulate to that copywriter what you do for your people and how awesome you are, it's going to not work at all. So you've got to do this, and I like to teach my clients to be great copywriters themselves, because then they don't have to waste money on a copywriter. It's not really wasting, but they don't have to spend money on a copywriter. They can save that up for themselves so that they can take a salary from their business. So that's the next step. All right, the fourth step in the 6-figure success method, and I realize you can't see this, so that's why I gave you that link so you can go ahead and download it after this video is done. I will update, put the link above, is understanding sales. Now, yes, you heard me say this is not all about incredible sales skills, but you do have to have some sales skills. I was on the phone the other day. Who was I on the phone with? Gosh, I can't remember, but this happened really recently. Is I was on the phone with somebody talking about something. Okay. Yeah. So I was on the phone with somebody, they were helping me with something, and then they were telling me about their services. And they told me all about how they work. So I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to give you this, and then we'll do this thing, and then we'll spend 30 minutes doing that, and here you go. And I left going like, okay. Because they didn't understand. They were so focused. So this is the biggest sales mistake I see people make. I could do a whole Facebook Live about this too. So they were talking about how they provide their services. We do, 3 one-hour sessions, and then I will send you a PDF download, and I will take notes about your homework, and then I will email you, and then you have check-ins with me. And I was like, okay, but what I really want is to achieve this goal and solve this problem. And the person that I was speaking with told me nothing about the goals I wanted to achieve and the problems I wanted solved. It was all about the how. And so, no, you don't have to be slick and fancy to sell your high-level services, but you do have to understand sales skills. And one of the biggest mistakes people make is they try to sell the how of their services as opposed to selling the results and the benefits of their services. And that is just a deal breaker, folks. I will stop there because I could say a whole lot more. So you've got to learn sales. You don't have to be a masterful seller, but you do have to understand how to articulate the value of what you do confidently on the phone with your people so they feel your confidence that you can help them get the result that they want. At the end of the day, that's what matters. Okay. The next step in the 6-figure success method is you have to understand how to start a waiting list. So the goal here, or my goal for my clients, is that you fill your roster, getting paid great work, doing what you love with clients you love, and you have a waiting list full of people ready to work with you. I'll tell you, the highlight in my business was back in, the end of 2012. When I was charging $7,500 for a 6-month coaching package, and I had a 6-month waiting list. I had to stop taking names for my waiting list. I was getting paid deposits 6 months in advance to work with me because people wanted to work with me, and they were willing to pay a deposit and wait 6 months to do it. And there was something so reassuring for the worrywart. You guys, I am such a worrywart. For the worrywart in me to know that I had 6 months of clients lined up who are then going to work with me for 6 more months, which, like, the cat was in the bag for a full year. That was amazing. And this, so if you've been following me for a while, you know that I've sort of moved into a launch model in my business, and it is not worry-free. I do not prefer this model, and I am looking at ways to strategize, ways to do my business differently, because it's not fun for me. I long for the days when I was booked out 6 months in advance with 6-month clients, because the stability was incredible and it was just amazing. So I'll stop there. So 6-month waiting list, not a 6-month waiting list. You got to learn how to start to set up that waiting list. And part of it is, like we talked about like 10 minutes ago, all the things you do to get clients coming in. But then how do you set up and manage a waiting list? That's the next thing you're going to want to learn, because you're going to want to start a waiting list, because there's nothing more awesome than having a waiting list. Okay. The next thing you're going to want to learn, so there's a lot here that goes into building the 6-figure business. So the next thing you're going to want to learn is planning. So this is about planning ahead, planning your time, setting up time for your vacations, taking time off, knowing what you're going to do when, creating an editorial calendar, really having this full-on vision of how you want your business to run. You know, when we start out, we're sort of doing things in the moment. We're very in the moment in our business, and that's awesome. And as you grow, you have to start to learn to plan in advance because you simply can't be reacting all of the time. So, you know, we had a technical difficulty getting on with the Facebook Live. Totally all my fault. It's nobody to blame but me. And that's going to happen every once in a while, but we don't want us to always be flying by the seat of their pants. So it kind of doesn't stress me out because this happens like once, you know, not very often that these things happen for me in my business. So it's okay. But if I were constantly in reactive mode, that would be extremely stressful. So this is where six-figure planning comes into place, which then dovetails into the next six-figure step you need to learn, which is scheduling. And I've been working with my Make It Work Online Accelerator clients with this whole new method for scheduling that I'm teaching called flex scheduling, and it's awesome, where it's really about looking at the time you have available, the goals you want to achieve, and looking at how to make that happen. How do you stay accountable to following through on the things that are important without being rigid about following each of those things, like about like I had to blog from this time to this time, and that feels really restrictive for a lot of people. So how do you achieve your goals and stay in the confines of your schedule, and also realize that sometimes the crap hits the fan in life, and you want to be mindful of that and work around it as well. Okay. The next step when it comes to building your six-figure business to take your business to the next level is systems. So if you've been following me for a while, one of my early iterations of Jenny Shih throughout my growth here has been around systems. And I am a huge fan of systems because the more you can systematize your business, the less reactive you are, and the more things start to run on automatic pilot. So systems are as simple as, early on when I was blogging and I just had one assistant who worked a couple hours a week for me, my system was a blank Word document, not blank, but a template document that said title of the blog post, the goal of the blog post, the date it goes live, the blog post itself, the image I want used. Like, it had all the things that I needed to make sure I got done every week. So every week I didn't sit there and say, wait, what do I need? What else do I need? Oh, right, I need to figure out what section goes in the newsletter. Oh, right, I need to figure out that second section. Like, I didn't have to think about it. It was already in this template. And so I knew that I would get it all done. My assistant knew I would get it to her by, I forget, it was like Monday morning, and so then she would have the draft to me by Tuesday morning, and then we could send it on Wednesday. And so we sort of had the schedule and the template, little things like that. Client scheduling systems, so I love to use Acuity and have always used it and still use it. It's my favorite. Little things like that where you can start to put some automation, and the goal with systems is to make it so that you don't have to rethink every single time. How can you eliminate thinking? Because this noggin of yours is the limiter in your business. Your creativity, your growth is all limited by how much you can handle. And when you put systems in place, you then take some of the stress off of your brain and put that work into the system so that it can do the work for you. We could do a whole nother post on systems. Okay. Next step is six-figure mindset. So as I was saying earlier, this is not just about charging high prices. You have to provide a lot of value, but you also then have to be confident in your value. And I see a lot of people out there talking about, you just got to say it till you believe it or fake it till you make it. And it's never worked for me. I know that works for some people, and if it works for you, awesome. But for me, the mindset work is all about digging in and getting realistic about what is going on in this head that's holding me back. What am I believing about myself? What am I projecting onto other people? What kind of crapola is going through my head that needs attending to so that I can be clear and clean and confident and show up, whether that's with you here on this Facebook Live, whether that's with my clients in a sales conversation, when I write a blog, it doesn't really matter. Showing up clean, clear, confident, focused is how you're going to help grow that part of your business. So in order to take your business to the next level, whatever level you're at to whatever level you want to go to next, you are required to work on your mindset. And that's one of the big things we do in my programs. I think that might be it. Okay, so we just talked through 8. I thought there were more than 8, but I guess there's just 8. We just talked through all of the elements that are key to hitting that next six-figure level in your business. So here's that URL again. I know that's not very legible, and I know it's backwards. It says make10klive.com/SFSM. That's 6-figure success method. Once this video is over, I'll post the link above, and you can go grab it there. So this is a place where I would love to take some of your questions. We have covered a lot. So let me just grab my notes to remind me of everything we've walked through. So we talked about how there's this common myth out there. So this would be a good time for you to type your questions because I know there's a little bit of a delay. So we talked about how the idea of creating a 6-figure business, there's myths out there that they take a ton of time, that they're a whole lot of work, that you have to work your nose to the grindstone, that 20 hours a day to get there, or maybe multiple streams of income, or you have to charge ridiculous prices. I mean, the myths go on, and really, hopefully what you got from this mini training today was that's a whole bunch of baloney. You can work 30 hours or less per week, offering only one-on-one services, showing up, doing your amazing job for your clients, and you can build a 6-figure business. And you can do it faster than you think. Now, you've got to have all of those other pieces in place in order to do it. You've got to have the right packages at the right prices with the right copy. You've got to up-level your sales skills. You've got to put systems in place. So there's a lot of work to do to get there, but it's just a matter of execution. Now, you got this far in your business. You know what services you offer. You know how to deliver good value to your clients. That's the hard part. This next step is just execution. It's just about following through on the things that are going to help take everything to that next level. All right, so that's what I have for you today. If you've got questions later, pop them under this video. I, again, apologize for the technical problems. Hopefully everybody found their way to this video, and if not, I will go link it up later so that everybody can see that. I need to figure out that particular problem so that does not happen again. And I guess the teachable moment, my friend Kendrick always says, well, always tell them the teachable moment, Jenny. She goes, you taught me that. I guess I did. I don't know if I did or not. The teachable moment here is, don't sweat the small stuff. Like, technical stuff happens all the time. I've been in business for how long? I've been doing this stuff for how long? It's so not worth sweating over. Oh shit, I'm not exactly sure what to do with this Facebook video. I scheduled it this way and it's not working, and it's a-okay. It's not the end of the world. I'll find a way around it. It's the people who are meant to find it will find it, and we'll fix it for next time. So I'm not going to get myself in this pickle again. Facebook, you keep changing on me. But here we go. All right, so that's what I have for you today. I hope you have a wonderful Friday. I hope you see what's possible for you and your business and how you can really take things to that next level. I'm going to start doing more of these Facebook Lives because I have so much to share that I just got to get it out there. So please, I think there's a way, I don't know anymore, how to turn on notifications for Facebook Lives. So if you enjoyed this and found it valuable, turn on those notifications for Facebook Lives. Tag a friend. Oh, that's what I would love you to do. Okay, I know you know at least 3, if not 20, business owners that you're working with who are your friends or your mastermind buddies who could use a little bit of this simple magic. It's not really magic, this simple strategy. I would love it if you would either share it with them or tag their name below so that they see this video. Just say, hey Sally, I thought you'd love to watch this. It'd be so helpful with that problem we were talking about the other day, so you don't have to. So please tag your friends below, share this video, and I'm going to be back for some more because I told myself I was going to do so many more Facebook Lives in August, and well, it's kind of far into August, but I'm going to start doing more. All right, post your questions below anytime. You're always welcome to post questions on my Facebook page. You're always welcome to leave comments under the blog with questions about the content. I've got so much good stuff to share because really I just want to help you get out there, do your work in the world, get paid well to do it, not have to work ridiculous hours in the process, because at the end of the day we can create success and we can do it on the terms we want, and that's what's most important. All right, have a wonderful rest of your Friday, and I will see you all another time soon. Not sure when, but soon. Bye.